This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
99X and Blondie. Call me. It's Barnes and Leslie. We are the Morning X. I was about to say no winner this morning on the show quiz, but I would rather say history was made. If you missed it about a half hour ago, I suggest you go to the podcast and listen to what happened, because it has never happened before in the history of the Morning X ever.
Will you say that maybe it was something that happened in the heat of the moment?
I don't even understand it still, thinking back to it. Go listen on the podcast. It'll be up here in a couple hours.
Panic?
Maybe. It's never happened before.
Hey, you know who your favorite ticket broker is? It's Will Pendarvis. 3 to 7 on 99X, because you know why? All week, just like the Morning X, he has tickets for 9 Inch Nails. Check out Will this afternoon on 99X.
Okay, there is a DVR alert. Now, you haven't heard that term thrown around.
DVR alert, wow.
DVR alert. If you're like me with your Xfinity box, you will set this to go tonight, because I'll play you the trailer, and then I have a couple of clips that I think will probably be on here. But check this out, and you can't get this stuff on YouTube. This will be tonight on NBC.
SNL has served as a time capsule through the decades for America.
The first thing that blew my mind was Devo playing Satisfaction.
There was also a message from Lauren. This is not just like a musical guest. We're going to make this a really important part of the show.
You invited Rage Against the Machine, the I Won't Do What You Tell Me band. That was their mistake.
It's really live. You could go rogue.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason to do this song.
To me, it was the most iconic American television show of all time.
So think about it. Growing up, I mean, you always look forward to what was going to happen on SNL with the performances.
Always.
And a lot of these were our bands. I mean, many of them.
Yeah, over the years, if you think about it, absolutely.
Huge stars, huge moments, and they're going to... I would tape this tonight just to have it, because you can't get them. They constantly pull the stuff down off of YouTube for music rights issues.
Yeah, most of these aren't on YouTube, I don't think.
Rolling Stone just did a big piece on the 50 best, and I'm looking through some of them. I want to highlight the top 5. And I actually have the moments, and they're all very interesting. Looking through some of them, like 14, Pearl Jam, Alive. Let's see, we had Taylor Swift was 13, Outkast was 12, REM, What's Frequency, Kenneth was number 11. This was in 1994. Sarah Jessica Parker was the host. These are the best Saturday Night Live musical performances of all time. 10, Neil Young. 9 was Jack White, Ball and Biscuit.
Was that Jack White with the white stripes, or just Jack White?
By himself, 2020. He was filling in at the last minute for Morgan Wallen. Remember when
Wallen...
Yeah,
remember that? We talked about that.
Yeah, when he got in trouble, and Bill Burr was the host. The special tonight is the top musical performances. It's 50 years of music on SNL. 8 was Rage Against the Machine, which you heard in that teaser. That was from 1996. They were banned to not be on again. Kendrick Lamar was 6. Patti Smith group Gloria was 6. 7 was Kendrick Lamar. 6, Patti Smith. And then getting into the top 5, it's all our bands. So at 5, this goes back to 2000, and it was Radiohead on there.
Why don't I remember Radiohead being on SNL?
The horn section really made this song. I'm going to play a little bit of it. It's just chaos and confusion. This was when they did the national anthem, their song, on SNL, October 14th, 2000. Listen to these horns getting after it. It's no wonder he got into movie scoring. That sounds like a murder scene about to happen.
I'm digging the bass line, though.
So number 4 was interesting. It was back when they used to sometimes book 2 bands. This was 1981, and Prince was on. They only booked him for 1 song.
Well, looking back now, I'm sure they were like, ah.
The other one was Todd Rundgren.
So Todd Rundgren and Prince were on at the same time?
In 2 separate,
when they book two bands. Interesting.
It's so weird. He did Party Up, which is one of the few tracks on Dirty Mind without NC-17 lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, he just throws his mic down and storms off, and he wouldn't come back on the show for 24 years.
Wonder why he was mad.
Maybe because they only booked him for one slot, but I mean, he's Prince. How do you remember? We had Prince at Turtles on Peachtree. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Early 90s. There was a line all the way down into
Mm-hmm.
Midtown to watch him. Here's a little bit of the performance. I cut from the beginning to the end so you could hear him throw the mic down and walk off. This is from 1981, Prince, Party Up.
Party up! 1, 2, 3!
Ooh, big mic drop.
Yeah, threw the whole mic and the mic stand down and walked off. Okay, so the top three, two of these ended up getting the people banned, and they're all our bands. So the first one at number 3 was Elvis Costello. Do you remember this happening?
There was some controversy with Elvis.
So the record company insisted that he played Less Than Zero. It's a song about British fascism that he thought would be like just American audiences would reject it. So because it's live, and it truly is live, they come out and start that song, and then he just stops and goes into Radio.
Of course he did.
And was banned for it. What's weird is it's not that Radio has like bad meaning. It's that the producers were so pissed that they did
that he changed the song.
That they did their own agenda. Here is how it happened.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason to do this song here. Radio. 1, 2.
Why get mad about that? It's a catchy-ass song.
He left a concert one time that I went to because he was mad at security guards.
Really?
Abruptly stopped the concert and left.
So that was 3. These are the top SNL performances of all time, according to Rolling Stone.
Wow.
And that show tonight is on NBC. So the replacements. Now, you know you're going to get something with these guys. So they played Bastards of Young.
Mm-hmm.
And they were banned after this performance. You can't, we had to bleep it, but you can't really make it out in the clip. This is actually from the show. So Bob Stinson, just making sure that Bob didn't miss his cue for the guitar solo, Paul Westerberg looked over and said, "Come on."
Oh.
And then Smuckers. And then that was it. And they said, "That's it. We're done." So here's a little bit of it. Here's when that happens, when the F-bomb happens. The crowd loved it, but Lorne Michaels apparently was fuming and said, "That's it, no more."
So basically what you're trying to tell me, Barnes, is that all of our bands were banned on SNL.
All of our bands are bad boys, except this guy. Number 1, and what a legend. He's no longer with us. And for those that got to see him at Smith's Old Bar at our Breakfast with Bowie, you know just the aura that this dude puts in a room. This was him doing The Man Who Sold the World. Some people think that's a Nirvana song. It's a Bowie song. This was from 1979, and the host was Martin Sheen. And he did it in such a Bowie way, in a very artistic, I mean, everyone knows that song, but this version was, the way he did it was kind of cool. Truly an artistic performance.
I mean, we did so much with him. Remember, he did the cover artwork for a Live X CD.
Yeah, I forgot.
Breakfast with Bowie. And
that was number 1. Really cool.
He is sorely missed.
Tonight, you don't want to miss out on NBC 50 Years of Music on Saturday Night Live. This is 99X.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamin Show. Every week, we talk about personal finance, saving, investing. And the thing that I've seen with very successful people, they just try more stuff. I like this tip. Leverage debt mindfully.
Biggest financial flex. We're all like, yeah, my dad's rich.
Again, just make sure your parents do good. That's all you got to do. You never knew personal finance could be this fun. All right, well then how do you hold the budget together, OG?
Make more money.
Do better. And scene. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.